final preparations have begun. England approach the World Cup on form and with another taste of success. An easy victory against Wales, but there's no more room for mistakes. Only the best will secure a place in the squad. And now in a match to concentrate minds, the World Cup warm-ups continue as England take on France. International Rugby Union, sponsored by Zurich, tonight at 7, Sky Sports 1.
The 24-page football section, free every Monday in the Times.
Here he is, Big Doug. Make sure they tie it right, son. Scouts. Crikey, that's high. Here we go. 3. Go on, Dougie. Hey! 3, 2. Oh, he's gone. He's gone already. Here we go. Oh, that's going to hurt. Crikey. That's going to hurt in the morning, son. Gee.
New Foster's Hit Tap. Don't lose your head.
Out of the blue one day, the wife decided that we should go on the internet. I've been with BT Open World Anytime roughly about 2 years now. It's fast, it's reliable, it's extremely quick connecting. In fact, the only thing that stops me getting on there is my daughter.
Get your first month with BT Open World Anytime for just $5.99. Call 0800 800 801.
0% finance is now available on selected new Puntos. Call 0800 71 7000.
Coming up tomorrow on Sky Sports, live Premiership action as Manchester City take on Arsenal, and live cricket from the National League. It's Derbyshire against Durham.
This is Sky Sports 1.
The minute you walked in the joint, I could see you were a man of distinction, a real big spender, good looking, so refined. Say, wouldn't you like to know what's going on in my mind? So let me get right to the point. I don't pop my cork for every man I see. Time with
And nowadays he's even buying players for other clubs in the Premiership. A very good afternoon to you, and a word of warning: if you are going to a game this afternoon, please try and stay awake if you don't want your collar felt. Better still, stay with us on Gillette Soccer Saturday for another afternoon guaranteed to have dreams and nightmares in pretty much equal proportion. Here come the first of the nightmares. Rod, Frank, Charlie and Tony, they'll be with us right throughout the course of the afternoon. Team news from the 12:30 kickoff. Everton against Liverpool at Goodison Park. Everton, Steve Simonson starts in goal. Richard Wright has failed a fitness test. He's made just 27 league appearances for Everton in 5 years since joining the club from Tranmere Rovers. Thomas Graveson's fit again, but he's only worth a place on the bench, with Tobias Linderoth keeping his spot in the starting 11. Liverpool name the same team that drew 0-0 with Tottenham in midweek. Emile Heskey and Danny Murphy are both left on the substitutes bench. That's the football team news. This is what's coming up on Sky Sports' various channels during the course of the day. Big rugby international this evening, France against England. Live from Marseille, Sky Sports 1 at 7. France have never lost in Marseille as the two Northern Hemisphere giants clash pre-World Cup. We're talking of giants, Everton against Liverpool, live on Sky Sports 2 right now. More live tennis for you. It's the 6th day of the US Open Championship of Flushing Meadow. Sky Sports 2 at 4, and live golf on Sky Sports 3 right now, the BMW International Open from Munich. Our Super League this evening is on Sky Sports 3 at 6. It's Wakefield against Hull, and more golf on Sky Sports 3 from 9. It's the second day in Massachusetts of the Deutsche Bank Championship. Manly against Penrith is live Australian Rugby League, and it's on Sky Sports Extra at the moment. And we have live football for you from the City Ground on Extra at 5:30 as Nottingham Forest take on Norwich City. And it's the first day of a brand new La Liga season. Of course, you'll see all the action during the course of the season on Sky Sports. Tonight, the champions, Real Madrid with David Beckham, take on Real Betis. You can see it on Extra from 8 o'clock. If you're a Newcastle United fan, the next few minutes will make difficult viewing. 5 British sides went into the draw for the Champions League proper this week, while the Geordies were still wondering where it had all gone wrong against Partizan Belgrade. And of course, since the draw, all the headlines have been about Group E, which contains Manchester United and Rangers. There's the group in full. Manchester United, the Greek side Panathinaikos, Rangers and the German side Stuttgart. It'll be Manchester United's first visit to Ibrox since they went there for a friendly 9 years ago. And Eric Cantona was sent off. It was that sort of friendly. Charlie, is that the sort of clash we can expect again? It's going to be a high-octane contest, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or 2 high-octane contests.
Oh, absolutely. Fully committed. Fergie going back to Govan. And I think Alec McLeish, everybody will talk that, you know, he gets great help from Alex Ferguson. He speaks to him a lot. And of course, he's going down that Fergie mould. Grouping Rangers with very little money into a really good side. They're a good passing side, Rangers, Jeff, but I'd have to say, no disrespect to Rangers, but at the moment their squad of 15 or 16 is not nearly close to, I think, competing against somebody like Manchester United. They will give them a game, certainly in Glasgow, and anything can happen when the two British clubs come head to head, but for me, Manchester United are very, very strong.
Of course, they'll have to do it without Barry Ferguson as well. But, you know, Tony, I mean, if Manchester United are going to be realistic contenders to win the Champions League, they have to cruise this group, don't they? It's a pretty good draw for them, isn't it?
I think they'll be pleased with the group, Jeff, yeah. I mean, if you look, Panathinaikos, Stuttgart, for me, you know, they'll be difficult games, but they are the sort of games that they will get through. I think United, the crunch game will be, obviously, the Rangers match. They're playing each other twice in 2 weeks, and it's going to be great for everyone in Britain to watch those 2 games. And you've got to say that Manchester United, for me, easily favourites in this group, and I would fully expect them to get through, Jeff. If they don't get through, then obviously big questions asked.
Now, what about Arsenal's draw? Let's take a look at their group. They're in Group B, and they come up against Inter Milan, Dynamo Kiev and Lokomotiv Moscow. Now, Arsenal have never got past the quarter-finals of the Champions League. On the face of it, Frank, it doesn't look too bad a group, but how concerned would you be about the length of those trips to Kiev and Moscow?
Yeah, that's what Arsene Wenger's already spoken about, and you think about Dennis Bergkamp, immediately they're ruled out of that. That's one out of the equation. Inter Milan are always a difficult side to beat. I think it's tough, but they're playing exceptionally well, like they did last year. For 60% of the season, they were absolutely outstanding. It was only the latter part of the season that they tailed off a bit. And Charlie and I were talking earlier, and he was saying that Arsene Wenger will probably not even think about buying anyone until January. He's quite happy with his squad, and they have started very well.
Well, already, isn't it?
Yeah, because it's past.
Well, it closes tomorrow, doesn't it?
No, well, actually, Monday tea time is the final
final
deadline. But
it's still quite tough, actually, Jeff. But I think they'll do it.
Okay. That's Arsenal. What about Chelsea? Is this the year for them to make an impact at the highest level, or has it come too soon? That's their group. They take on Lazio, who finished bottom of their group a couple of seasons ago. Sparta Prague, who missed out last season, finishing 3rd in their group behind Real Madrid and Panathinaikos, and Besiktas, the Turkish side. I mean, I'm not sure, Rodney, that they'll particularly be looking forward to that trip to Turkey, but on the face of it, you know, they should prove to be one of the two stronger sides in that group, shouldn't they?
You would think so, Jeff, yeah. I would say, though, that all the teams in Europe are probably very happy that the deadline's coming tomorrow, as far as Chelsea's concerned, because they're not going to raid any more of their players, you know. So they do have a terrific squad. It's very, very deep. The squad that, you know, the type of depth in numbers that you need in Europe. And it would be a brave man to say that Chelsea won't go through in this round. I think Chelsea's got every chance of going through and going further.
Okay, and Celtic, of course, are the other sides who came through very comfortably those qualifying rounds, didn't they, in the end? And
it's not easy though, Jeff.